and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
Bring new life to metal treasures with Kaiser Blasting and Coatings. From railings and fences to outdoor furniture and unique antiques, their expert team removes years of rust and weathering, then finishes each piece with a lasting powder coat. Trusted by industries across the region, now local homeowners and businesses can experience the same professional care. Visit KaiserBlasting.com or call 402-421-3559 to request your quote. Restore, protect, and make your metal shine like never before with the help of Kaiser Blasting and Coatings.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe.
We interrupt this commercial break for an important story.
There once was a man from Nebraska who went searching for food in Alaska. When his stomach was rumbling while laying in bed, he could think of only one option, Führer's cheese spread. So he left it once and drove day and night to return back home for cheese spread delight. Now his stomach is full and the voice in his head tells him no more vacations without Führer's cheese spread. Find yours today at most local grocers.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC. This month kicks off Koppel's 50th anniversary sale. We're celebrating 50 years by offering an additional $500 discount to the next 100 customers that buy a new vehicle. This is in addition to the huge savings already in place. You can take an extra $500 off our discounted price, or we can cut you a check on the spot. Celebrate with savings and see why customers have trusted Koppel since 1975. It's our way of saying thank you for all these years.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, 2-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at windowworldlincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
Are you looking to upgrade or improve the garage door on your home? This is Cameron Hall of Doors Plus. At Doors Plus, we guarantee to offer a wide selection of options from 5 leading garage door manufacturers as we deliver a free estimate, exact measurements, and rapid installation with a 3 to 5 week time frame. When you choose Doors Plus for your residential garage door needs, you'll work with our experienced technicians and be ensured that your new door seamlessly complements your home. Give us a call at 402-590-5800 or visit us online at DoorsPlusLLC.com. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
This just in, hot off the bench press. Planet Fitness has expanded strength equipment. Save $28 or more when you join today. We're raising the bar with these benches, and our hack squat will have you actually looking forward to leg day. Plus, we're still repping all the best-in-class equipment we've always had. There's no better time to get stronger. So join Planet Fitness today and save $28 or more. Just $1 down, $15 a month.
Find your nearest club and join today. Deal ends July 31st.
See Home Club for details.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Welcome to The Drive with Aaron Davis and Nick Sainert.
Nebraska will win the national championship. The Cornhuskers beat Miami. It is history, 13-0, and bring that trophy back to Lincoln.
25 straight wins for the Cornhuskers. One of the most dominating stretches in college football history.
We may have seen one of the best teams in the history of college football tonight.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Good morning, folks, on this magnificent Monday down here at Capital City, 1040 O Street. Come down and grab some coffee, hot beverage, cold beverage, pastries. Read a book, watch the squirrels. Occasionally, Austin, as you know, there's a family of raccoons that'll traverse down the street.
Indeed.
And it's one of those magic. It's the last Monday of July. Austin, football season is quickly approaching. We'll talk about that. The Huskers checked in last night to fall camp. Man, it's on and popping. Good morning to you, my brother.
Morning, AD. How are you?
Austin, I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. I feel good. This is the first time I've been in the studio since last Thursday.
I got you beat by one day.
Yeah, you do.
One whole day.
Yes, you do, man. We're going to talk. Folks, we got a great show for you today lined up. Of course, me and Austin are going to dive in, weekend plans, things we got done this weekend, also some PG action. But at 9:30, we'll talk about some a lot of stuff. But then at 10 o'clock, we got more Husker stuff. Also, just a recap with Austin in the team as far as Big Ten Media Days. There's been some interesting things that have come out of that as well. I know the ACC just finished theirs up as well. We'll talk about also at 10:30 more Husker ball because it is the start of fall camp. Single-digit numbers. Austin, you texted me that last night. I'm like, that's a good idea because there's so many new faces that are on that Nebraska football team. And we know how Matt Rule and company have designated single numbers in the past. Will they continue that tradition? We'll get into that. Things they need to work on, things you're looking for the most improvement. So it is going to be a pretty much Husker-laden show today because there are literally 31 days until kickoff. 31 days until Nebraska, the Sea of Red, travel south, obviously to Arrowhead to take on Cincinnati Bearcats. Are you going to that game, Austin?
TBD.
Yeah.
I know that our great friends down at Blur Events have invited us down there, so I know the station is sending some sort of envoy down there to have fun and hang out with the people at Blur, probably broadcast some of pregame from down there. But I believe I've been told there's also something going on up here in Lincoln at the same time. So I think we as a station will be splitting our personnel between a couple different areas. Right. So it's still TBD.
You know,
if it's up to me though, yes, I'm down there. I'm going.
You're going. You know, Oz, this is embarrassing to even say, but not really. I mean, to each their own. The last away game that I went to for Nebraska was when we played KU back in probably early 2000s. I went to Lawrence.
Coach Solich or Coach Callahan era?
I don't even remember. That's what's so bad. It was early 2000s the last time I went to a Nebraska away game. Heck, I don't even go to home games, very much. But, because in Austin, I don't think we've ever talked about this. Me and Raph in particular, kind of like to just watch it from afar.
Mm-hmm.
We still have our season tickets down at the stadium. I don't like all the commentary in my ear. I just like to watch it and just watch it.
Mm-hmm.
And if I want to get pissed, I can get pissed and not, when I'm in the stadium, I don't say hardly anything. I am just almost stone-faced when I'm watching it there. But I don't know. What about you, man? Do you like away games, like home games? Like, how about you? How many away games have you been to?
Oh, geez. I'm trying to think. So back in college broadcasting, went up to Northwestern, went up to Minnesota.
Okay.
Neither went the Huskers' way. In excruciating fashion in different ways. And then I'm trying to think. Went back up to Minnesota for Hoodiegate.
Oh,
I was there at that game. And then the corner of the stadium that we were in, that was the direction that the sleet was falling in.
Really?
So just pelted with sleet in our face. Noah Vedrill's the starting quarterback. J.D. Spielman had to wear a hoodie, and Nebraska loses 34-7. So I've not been to many Husker football road games. Been to my fair share of basketball.
Text line, let me know the last home game you've been to for Nebraska football. I mean, I'm home. Yeah, home and away. Let me know the last time you went to I want to know away game. I want to know away. Let us know, 464-5685. I got that right, 402-464-5685. Again, 402-464-5685. Text us in and let us know the last away game you went to for Nebraska and what was the outcome. Last away game you went to, the outcome. We did beat KU when I went. I do remember that.
It's Kansas football. You would beat it.
I think it was Nebraska football has not been playing that much better, the past number of years. At least during that time, the record was better. And I think, actually, It might have been early 2000s. I'm trying to figure if Bo was the coach. I know it wasn't. I don't think it was Callahan. I think it might have been Bo. From 2000 to 2005, what was those looking like, brother?
Nebraska in Lawrence from 2000 to 2005. 2001, it was a 51-7 win for the Huskers.
Who was the coach then?
Would have been Coach Solich then. 2003, 24-3 in Lawrence, which Bo only took over as interim for the bowl game, I believe.
I think it was 2001.
2001?
I think it was 2000.
Big Husker win?
Yeah, because I remember that game got out of hand pretty quick.
And then 2005 was the Kansas win that snapped the long Husker winning.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't that one. I think it was 2001 because we blew them out. That game was pretty much in hand from after the second quarter for the most part, mid-second quarter as far as that goes. Kupsker, good morning. He goes, my last away game was Michigan State. And once the text line pulls it up, there we go. When Adrian Martinez broke his jaw, lost by a field goal, I believe, and the last home game was last year's Wisconsin and got to rush the field. I love it. Kupsker. Deb from Beatrice. I've never been to an away game. Good morning to you, Deb. My first will be the Arrowhead game. I can't wait. Go Big Red. Deb, that is going to be one heck of a game to go to for your first away game.
I don't want to rain on the parade. Is that really an away game? Does that count as an away game when there's going to be more Husker fans in the stand? Which, to be fair, I went to Ryan Field and there was more red than purple in that game, but I've also followed up with that.
But technically, it's not at Memorial Stadium.
It's a neutral game that Cincinnati is giving up a home game for.
I would still count it as an away game because it's not. I look at an away game, anything that's not in your stadium, regardless of how it's designated by, whether it's a home or away game for the other team. To me, an away game is any game that's not in your home stadium.
So it's just a double away game.
You can even
an away game for both teams.
I would say this: it could be a double away game. Okay. Absolutely, because that's just how I look at it. Any game that's not played in your home stadium is an away game, even if it's a neutral. Because think about when you were in Vegas for the basketball event. Mm-hmm. Nebraska at time was designated the home team, vice versa. But it's not their stadium. It's not their arena. Right. So, but I get your point. So when you're saying we would go to a pure,
pure uncut
road game. But Deb, that is going to be an awesome time down in Arrowhead. And you know what? Think about it. I just feel, even last night as I was watching the news and online, the guys are checking in. They showed Deshaun McCullough, walking into that's a big dude, man.
Big dude.
That's a big boy.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize, we'll talk about him as well. I didn't realize this was his third school.
Yeah.
I don't know. He was at Indiana, Oklahoma. Then here, I thought he was at Oklahoma his first couple of years in here, but this is his third school. He's got 1 year of eligibility. So we'll talk about him later as well. Unknown texture 4954. Good morning to you. Away game Mizzou, early 2000s, a year that Sue destroyed Gabbard in the rain. Yes. You know what, unknown texture 4954, and I'm gonna slip this to you in a second, Austin. I remember that game. I was in my basement watching with a good friend of mine, Jim Sullivan, and a few other buddies, but he was the one that stayed the latest, and we went absolutely nuts during that game. I think also that game was misty. It was rainy. It was cold. Like crazy. Nebraska that pulls that one out.
I only remember that game because it happened after my bedtime. So mom and dad had put us kids to bed. I think it would have been all three of us at that point. And then my dad came. We've been in which house? I'm trying to remember.
How old would you have been? Because you're
in 2000. It was what, 2009? I think 2009.
So you were like 13 years old, 12
Yeah,
years
12,
old?
13, somewhere in there. Had gone to bed. Dad came downstairs, woke me and Jackson, the middle brother, up, and we watched the rest of the game. Like, as soon as Nebraska scored, I think that first touchdown to make it 12-7, then it's like, oh, it's a game again in the fourth quarter. And he got us back up to watch it, and then the rest is history.
You know how old I'm getting? Because when you said 2010, I was just thinking to myself, dude, I am old. I like literally, I was putting my kids to bed when you were their age, man. Yeah. It goes by too fast. Real quick, and I'm going to get to some more of these texts as well. I'm trying to make sure I don't miss any right here. Big Hoss, big morning to you. Never been to an away game. There's quite a few Huskers never been to one, man.
And that's the downside, I think, of the 18-team mega conference.
Yeah,
because you get Iowa drivable, Minnesota drivable, Wisconsin drivable, Northwestern drivable, Illinois. Why would you? Other than that, I mean, think about the Big 8 radius, even the Big 12 radius. I mean, all of those Big 12 North games were more drivable than the majority of the road games now for Nebraska.
Yeah, besides those schools you just listed, any of the rest of them, you're going to talk about a 2-day trip. Just drive it, even. I mean, UCLA, USC, Rutgers, uh, Purdue. West Lafayette is possible, but that's still a jaunt. I mean, you're just south of Northwestern,
right?
But that's still doable. But you start going to the Rutgers, the Marylands,
Penn State,
Penn State,
yeah.
absolutely,
Ohio State,
Michigan State, Michigan are no slouch drives whatsoever. Wisconsin's doable. That's still a drive. But yeah, the Big 8 days, I remember, I mean, literally, you can go to pretty much anywhere in the Big 8 and Big 12 days, particularly the Big 8. Colorado was probably your longest one during that time because before Texas was in the division. You could be back home most in the same day if you wanted to.
Yeah,
for the most part. Obviously, with the exception of Colorado,
Mm-hmm.
the rest of those games, you could pretty much go there. There were people, I remember the K-State, when you go to Manhattan, Lawrence, drive down in the morning, watch the game, come right back.
Yeah.
Columbia, a little different, about 6.5, 7, give or take, depending on how fast you drive, which direction you're going. But those were the good old days for sure as far as transportation goes. Real quick, this weekend, man, what'd you get into this weekend?
Just watching the kid. He's great. Wife was working, so after 4 days away, it was just me and Becca Boy hanging out. So it was fun.
How old now?
He'll be 2 in October. However many months that is.
That is going. So 24. He'll be what, 6? Well, no, he's like what?
21.
21 months right now going. It goes fast, man.
Telling me.
How does he sleep?
Like a champ. Nap times are getting slightly worse. He needed me to fall asleep in the room with him.
So
he was in the crib. I was on the floor.
Okay.
But Dad's skill unlocked. I made it out.
You said he was on the crib. You were on the floor.
Yes. Which he hasn't needed before, but kids, man, I don't know. But nighttime sleep, he's got that down. Here's the next thing, though. He is asking to climb up on the toilet now.
So
potty trained.
So the potty training. So he's climbing up. Do they have a little stool right there that you use?
Oh yeah. So we've had it for a while, but he is just now interested in it.
And it's going to keep going faster and faster, man. And that's the beauty of it. It goes too dang fast most of the time. Weekend plans for me, man. Saturday morning, early round of golf with Nick, buddy of mine, Troy.
How'd it go?
You know what? Nick I think he posted his best ever score at Woodland Hills. He shot an 82.
All right.
He was on fire. I did not play well. Thursday and Friday I played at Arbor Links, which I shot very well out there for me, low 80s out there. And then mid 80s in the first, then low 80s in the second round. And then that was Thursday and Friday. Saturday at Woodland Hills, 92. I could not get anything going whatsoever. The putter was decent. The putter was actually kept it low for me, but my irons, goodness, atrocious. So swim shot at 82. I know Jay was like a stroke or so off of that on Foreman and Bothy. He had a rough morning like I did as well. But you know what, man? It was beautiful out because our tee time was at 6:40 a.m.
Ooh.
So we beat, all the crazy weather. And Saturday wasn't as bad, but Sunday was muggy. And today, folks, a big shout out to all of our workers, first responders, folks that are working outside. Hydrate like crazy because today I think high is supposed to be close to 100. Say it's going to feel like maybe 110, 115. Something of that nature. So be careful out there if you are working outside and hydrate accordingly because it is going to be dangerous out there as far as that goes. Big Haas, he goes, I would like to go to K-State game. Nebraska K-State. Do you think that would make a good addition to the Big Ten, a good fit? I'm trying to figure out. Does he mean K-State? I don't think he means K-State, Big Haas.
I think he does.
Does he mean K-State?
Yeah, he wants Kansas State in the Big Ten.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm buying that one.
Yeah, I don't. Okay, you're saying. He's saying he would like to go to K-State because I'm thinking, dude, we don't play K-State.
No.
He's saying hypothetically, he would like to go to K-State. Yeah, Manhattan is cool, but I don't think K-State would be that fit in the Big Ten as far as that goes, man.
I think North Carolina would be a better fit in the Big Ten. But did you see the news that they're approaching the SEC?
Yes. Who already? Do you think it'll happen?
I think that it would be dumb of more schools to not have that conversation. I think it's really smart that Carolina is at least posturing that way. I'll tell you this, they're not going to do it for $165 million.
Nope. And
remember, the price tag
remember Missouri postured to get into the Big Ten when they accepted us, and they were like, no. And you know what? Here's what I think, though, Austin. I want you to continue on that. I think sometimes when I'm just going to go against two schools of thought. First of all, people are going to say, well, if you don't ask, how are you never going to get in there? I think you have to be very strategic on how you approach a conference like that to get in, because it's kind of like Augusta. If you ask, you definitely get rejected. You have to, you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
They're like, no, you have to be invited, and an invite only. And they're very discreet about it. I think if you do ask, you better bring a lot of valuables that you bring. You know, what value did you bring to this conference? What are the intangibles you bring to this conference? And you know what? And it can't be $100-something million.
No.
It's got to be more. What would you say would make the SEC say,
4 letters, AD. ESPN. I think because what Carolina's doing is they're not asking to get into the SEC right now. All the reporting was they're having these initial conversations. You know, if stuff goes south, if stuff goes sideways, they're interested in exploring the SEC. So I'm sure they've had some of those initial talks to that end. Carolina's not trying to force another round of realignment right now. They just say, when this goes down, this is where we want to go, which I think is a smart approach. And I think that what I would prefer in terms of basketball, that's the lens I view a lot of this stuff, is Big Ten and ACC. I think there's a lot more overlap with what the Big Ten says it's about academically as well compared to the Big 12. But we know the SEC likes geography. We know the SEC and the ACC have their television rights tied up in ESPN, and the Big 10 and the Big 12 are through Fox. So when the next wave of realignment goes down, it's going to be along TV lines again. It's going to be Big 10, Big 12, which I know will make Husker football fans happy. There's a lot of those old schools back in the fold to be playing. And then it's going to be SEC and ACC folded together. It's kind of how I see that going down.
I think to your point, the 4 letters ESPN is, I think that's going to be a major addition. I think that's going to be a plus for Carolina. You know what I'm saying? With that being said, with the money to come behind there, the notoriety, of course, the prestige that comes with that. It's going to be interesting. And you know what, Oz, as well as you know, I think there's going to be a lot more conference realignments going on in the next, 6 to 12, 18, 24 months as well. What is true? What is a conference? What teams are in a conference today may not be what teams are in the conferences in 6 months from now. Heck, in 6 weeks from now. You know how fluid these things move, man. Who knows what's going to take place with all this? So that's going to be interesting to see how that goes down with the conference alignments. And I'll get to some more of these away games here in a bit. Quick in the PGA, before we go to break, a few minutes before we go to break, I always like to bring this up. PGA, Kurt Kitayama, let's get his first name correct, wins the 3M Open this morning, last night and this weekend that was up in Minnesota, and Minneapolis took care of business. Austin, I don't know how often you golf. How often do you golf, my man?
I don't.
Don't golf?
It's poor. Top golf is the extent. I've never actually swung a club on a real honest-to-God golf course.
There's sometimes when I swing, Austin, I wonder if I had ever really swung a club, a real club on a real golf course. And Saturday was a demonstration of that. And it's so frustrating because Thursday and Friday, I'm like, man, the irons are feeling good. Everything was feeling good. Saturday morning, it was like, nah, bro. Thank God the putter was working because nothing else was working on Saturday morning for me. But something that was working for Kurt was, now Austin, to put this in perspective, he shot his first 9, shot a 28 and then followed up with a 29 on the, yes. I have 28 sometimes on 2 holes. You know, I mean, this guy was literally shot fired 28, 29. The front 9, he had a 29 to take the lead. That was on Thursday. And there were 2 great guys, Batia and Olson, were also chasing him quite a bit. He edged out American Sam Stevens, who was minus 22. Kurt wins it at minus 23. He took a dip back in 2024 during the regular season here and just one top 10 winning and only 2 top 10 20 finishes in 2024. But 2025, man, he's qualified for just one major, but things are trending in the right direction for Kurt Kitayama. He finished both 5th in the CJ Cup and Byron Nelson Open, and in the John Deere Classic. This in the 3rd consecutive week in the top 10. And right now he went from the FedEx points, which they add that up for the playoffs. He went from 110 to number 53. Ooh. 110. So he cut it in half.
With one win?
With one win. You win, man. You get points galore. So literally, he's put in a pretty good position to qualify for the first leg of the playoffs. That'll be in Memphis. So next week, the tour goes to the Wyndham Championship for the final. That'll be the final regular season tourney before the playoffs begin as far as that goes. So a big shout out to Kurt Kitayama. To come out with a 28 and then a 29. is just, and he fired a 60 on Saturday.
What a bad
60.
round. Come on, man. What are you doing? Forget how the course plays or something?
That is just nuts to me, Austin, to shoot something that low. And he had a legitimate chance for 58, which is ridiculous. I think I shot 51 on the front nine Saturday. The dude was on fire. It shows you how good these guys and gals really are, LPGA as well as the PGA. When we come back, folks, we'll grab a little bit into the to the NFL. And I was looking at my notes, Austin. I was like, just put NFL. I didn't put anything we're going to talk about. One of the things I do want to get your opinion on, Austin, is where does Shedeur end up? Does he stay in Cleveland or not? They got, 5 quarterbacks there, give or take. So we'll talk a little bit about them as well. NFL, of course, training camp start. When we come back, folks, a little bit NFL. Then at 10 o'clock, Austin recaps the Big Ten Media Days raffle draft. Will join us as well. It's The Drive, 937 Ticket.
This just in, hot off the bench press. Planet Fitness has expanded strength equipment. Save $28 or more when you join today. We're raising the bar with these benches, and our hack squat will have you actually looking forward to leg day. Plus, we're still repping all the best-in-class equipment we've always had. There's no better time to get stronger. So join Planet Fitness today and save $28 or more. Just $1 down, $15 a month.
Find your nearest club and join today. Deal ends July 31st.
See Home Club for details.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see lots of sunshine with a light breeze. It'll be hot and humid with a high around 101. Tonight, mainly clear skies and light winds with a low around 75. And tomorrow, we'll see mainly sunny skies with light winds and another hot day with a high near 96. I'm meteorologist Kyle Bucker from 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in temperature-controlled high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars. That's Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, 2-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at windowworldlincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. It doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Bagels & Joe is the best place to start off your mornings, and you can order your breakfast ahead of time on their app. You can't go wrong with one of their great bagel sandwiches or breakfast burritos. Stop by any of their 4 locations in Lincoln and their location in Seward. Bagels & Joe.
Are you looking to upgrade or improve the garage door on your home? This is Cameron Hall of Doors Plus. At Doors Plus, we guarantee to offer a wide selection of options from 5 leading garage door manufacturers as we deliver a free estimate, exact measurements, and rapid installation with a 3 to 5 week time frame. When you choose Doors Plus for your residential garage door needs, you'll work with our experienced technicians and be ensured that your new door seamlessly complements your home. Give us a call at 402-590-5800 or visit us online at DoorsPlusLLC.com. Doors Plus, garage doors and more.
Play ball! Pitch the perfect idea for a family outing or date night with tickets to the next Salt Dogs game. Nothing says summer fun like an action-packed evening at Haymarket Park. Come root for the home team with a hot dog and a cold drink. Plus, visit saltdogs.com to learn about special events and promotions, including group discounts. Don't miss out on the thrill and excitement of a Salt Dogs win. Visit saltdogs.com to reserve your tickets today.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? Do you need a lawyer you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion? The attorneys at Liberty Law understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Contact us for a free consultation by calling 877-42-LIBERTY. Call Liberty Law and find out how we can help get you the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. Liberty Law Group. Trial attorneys you can trust.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with the child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe. Now back to the drive with Aaron Davis and Nick Sainer. Sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Boom, 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 boom. You like that beat?
I do like it.
That beat. That was One Lane Swim that changed it up. I kind of like that, man.
Ever so nice. It's ever so often it's nice to go through a little reset, a little refresh.
Absolutely. Folks, this segment is brought to you by Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services. Jack has been a well-respected rep since 1999. You can help protect your home, vehicle, family, or even your future. Give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100 or visit one of his 2 locations in Lincoln or in Seward and learn how Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services can help you. Jack is also a black belt in Krav Maga.
Whoa.
Yeah, Jackaroo. He put them claws on you. And Jack's a big dude. Jack's like, I don't know, 6. No, he's at least 6'2". He's probably like 6'3". He's a big dude, man. Big dude. So he put them claws on you.
Hum.
He'll put it on you, man. I always tell him you have to catch me first, so Jack. You got to catch me first. If you are a Cleveland Browns fan, text in yes. Text in yes if you're a Cleveland Browns fan. As you all know, I'm a heavy Steelers fan. Austin is a big Colts guy as well.
Do you know any Browns fans?
Yes.
Whoa.
Yes. Scott Hatfield, a buddy of mine, owner of Duffy's Downtown, he's a big Cleveland fan. So when Cleveland plays Pittsburgh,
So they forced him into owning a bar. That's how good the Browns have been. Is they made him own a bar.
It's
That's
so
everything
bad
about
I'm
Browns
gonna own my own
fandom.
bar. But yeah, Scott is a big one. And one boy, a buddy of mine named Grant that works down at Jake's, he's a big Cleveland Browns fan too, man. He's a Cleveland Browns fan. And dude, Myles Garrett is one massive dude for them. And Cleveland has been one of those teams that has just kind of been meh for a long time. But here's the reality. Pittsburgh has too. Let's not pull. I'm not going to be a homer about it. No, Pittsburgh gets in the playoffs and they just as lucky they get in, they get kicked out right away. I mean, it's kind of like you show up at the party at 9 and you're gone at 9:03. That's been Pittsburgh because you get kicked out at 9:03. You do something dumb. Yeah, you got to go. That's been Pittsburgh for the past number of years. And I know I love Tomlin. We keep hearing the same narrative. Has never had a losing season. Yes, I get that. I love that. But, it's how long do you play off of that, though, Austin? Eventually, you got to win some games in the playoffs.
Well, I'll ask you, as a Steelers fan, where are you at with it?
I love Tomlin. And I think for me, the jury's still out with Khan, the GM. I'm definitely not pleased with the first year of Arthur Smith being the offensive coordinator because it was like Matt Canada 2.0 last year. I'll say this in his defense, the offensive line did not protect very well. Russell Wilson was running for his life most of the time. Justin Fields was running for his life most of the time. I don't know. Pittsburgh is as successful as they've been in regards to the never have a losing season. Underperformed and has underperformed quite a bit for the past number of years.
Do you know Pittsburgh's most recent playoff victory?
Jeez. Was it 2018?
It was not 2018. Further back, but close.
2016?
2016. They beat Miami in the wild card 30-12.
Yeah.
But their last playoff win was the game they kicked 6 field goals to beat the Chiefs.
Yeah. Yeah. You think about it, it's been almost 10 years, man, that you advanced to, round to the playoffs. And this year, to me, they just obviously just got Watt, listening to you and the Hall of Famer, you and Jay talk about it too last week. And that they rely so heavily on the defense. There's a reason why the defense gets so many injuries. They got Watt as well. They're playing so many dang reps, Austin.
Yeah.
They're all, the
Nebraska defense style.
Bro, that's why Saturday and Sundays have been misery for me for a long time. Because it's basically been what I watch on Saturday, I watch the same thing on Sunday. Steelers, obviously my Huskers, our Huskers on Saturday, and then I see the same thing with my Steelers on Sunday. It's just a lack of offensive production. The defenses are out there for eternity, it seems like. Joe Flacco is 40 years old, folks. 40. I'm a man. I'm 40. He's old enough to be Shedeur Sanders' papa. But it looks like he's most likely, Austin, for all dues and purposes, will be the starter for the Cleveland Browns opening day.
I've been on the Joe Flacco train as recently as last year. AD, as recently as last year. It is quite the ride. It is quite the ride. It is not the worst. Cleveland has seen some of the worst when it comes to quarterbacking. Let me tell you, Cleveland has seen the worst, and Joe Flacco will not be the worst. Don't forget, it was Joe Flacco that helped them to that kind of offensive explosion. Got into the playoffs a few years ago, and they ended up losing to they beat Houston or lose to Houston. I know they played Houston. I think they lost. Houston.
Yeah, I'm almost positive they lost that game.
But that was a late season resurgence out of Joe Flacco.
Right.
Last year for Indy, 8 games, 6 starts, 65% completion, 12 touchdowns, 7 picks.
When your other quarterback decided he didn't want to go back in the game.
That part.
What
Need one, coach.
What's the young man's name again? He was out of
Florida. Anthony Richardson.
Anthony Richardson. What's he looking like this year, do you think? What do you project with Anthony Richardson?
All the reports out of Colts camp is that neither he nor Daniel Jones have separated themselves.
In your gut, who do you think is going to be the starter?
They put so much on Richardson. That was their game. But they will tell you they wanted him. They wanted him more than they wanted Will Levis. I guarantee they wanted Bryce Young or CJ Stroud more.
Yeah. Anthony Richardson, like I said, we know he has the physical attributes. And we're talking about one of the quarterbacks for the Colts. But, man, when he checked out and just said and didn't go back in, if I'm a teammate, I'm wondering, I don't know if I can trust this cat. Because when things get tough, is he just going to check out again? You know what I'm saying? I'm never doubting his physical attributes. Those are there. But the mental part of it, I'm like, is this guy dialed in or is he checked out?
And that leads me to wonder if that was an immature decision or if that's just who he is. He can grow out of immaturity.
Because you didn't see that at Florida.
No.
He was a warrior. That dude fought.
Yeah.
You didn't see that. But then again, as we both know, going from the collegiate ranks to the NFL, that's night and day.
I don't know that.
But we don't know. I don't know either.
I know in my head.
We don't either. But as fans, we know just the speed of the game, the complexity and everything else. That, to me, though, that was tough to see him just say, yeah, I'm not going back in.
I want to give him the benefit of the doubt. I really do. But come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on. Really? That's the move? And, it happened. It's too late. He's got to own it. But who had to come into the game for him when he tapped out? Who but 40-year-old Joe Flacco?
I'm 40. I'm a man.
Do we think Joe Flacco would do that at a press conference?
No. Well, no.
Even as a joke?
No. As a joke, it would be kind of funny. If
Joe, you're a 40-year-old quarterback. That's how he starts his answer? I don't know if it would happen, but I could see it that way. He's wearing orange like Gundy now.
Yeah, he does. He does. I don't know if he's got the same, what's that haircut? I don't know if he's got a mullet back there. But Joe Flacco just seems like, just very affable, and he's always seemed like a person that everybody gets along with. Doesn't take himself too seriously. When we all know the dude's got a strong arm as far as that goes. So they got Flacco there. What do you think about Pickett, man?
Meh. Career backup. Poor hamstring.
Yeah, and he's out for a little bit. He pulled a hamstring, was reported on Saturday. They were off yesterday. They'll have their first, in pads coming up this week. Pickett, even when he was at Pittsburgh, and I'm going to say in this Pickett's defense, now he did have a season where a full season when he was a starter. He didn't do anything to blow me away whatsoever. He did some things to make you scratch your head. I'm going to give him somewhat of a pass, because you had an offensive coordinator that was just all over the place.
Yeah.
An offensive line that did not protect. You had a mental case with Pickens that you never knew what he was going to do when he showed up or not. So there's a lot of things there, but Pickett is going to be interesting to see was there. What about Dylan Gabriel, the third quarterback?
I'm just not sold on anyone in that room. I think Gabriel's fine. All these guys, I think, have a chance to prove that they are more than they were in college, which is saying a lot because Kenny Pickett was a stud in college.
He was a beast.
Dylan Gabriel, same sort of thing, down ballot Heisman contender, but they were thriving off of a lot of college throws.
College
not
throws,
a lot of
college
NFL
systems.
throws, college systems as well. So I'm not going to say they can't do it. I'm going to say we haven't seen them do it yet. So I'm not rooting against them by any means. Well, I will for your sake. How about that? I'll root against them to lose to Pittsburgh and whatnot. Maybe they can take down the Bengals and take down the Ravens for you as well. I'm not for their own sake, though. I'm not rooting against them. I'm just not buying it yet. I just didn't see it in college. It's not no doubt, oh, yeah, this guy's got the goods for either of those two guys for me.
I think as far as when you bring it to Dylan Gabriel, the third and fourth guy on that depth chart, I said, what it seems as thus far, I think that Gabriel, from what he did, at Oregon, again, to your point, it's a lot different to go into the pros and making those throws. But Dylan, in big games, throw the Ohio State game out of it. There were some things that he did. He just seemed pretty cool in the very, very composed. But then again, this is a major leap, though, man. It's a major leap, and we all know Oregon's offense, although it has similarities to the pros, it's still just it's just boom, 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 boom. It's just like a traffic jam offense, if you would. It's going to be interesting what he does. Shedeur, what do you think with Shedeur, man? Because I was reading up on Shedeur. They said his best throwing days were on Friday and Saturday. Also had a touchdown against through to an undrafted free agent, young man that was in there. I forget what his name was, Luke something that was in there. I'll pull it up in a second when I can find it. But nevertheless, what do you think with Shedeur, man?
I mean, I think he should know the ins and outs of a locker room, how to handle it, how to carry himself. I think that he's a weird kind of statistical case. I saw a breakdown of him before the draft in terms of just the numbers, right? I mean, strong arm, not the strongest arm, pretty accurate, but takes a lot of sacks, for not being mobile, but gets the ball out pretty quick, all things considered. There aren't a lot of quarterbacks in terms of their statistical profile from Colorado that entered the NFL draft in a similar spot to him. I think it's all out there for him. I think, honestly, a place like Cleveland could be pretty good for him. I like Stefanski. I do. Not 100% sold on him, but I think Stefanski's fine in terms of head coaches. I think he should be good for Shedeur Sanders. They might just be one or two weapons short. And I think that if you see how Shedeur Sanders operated at Colorado, there are a lot of weapons around him on offense. So I think that the more that Cleveland can surround him with, the better he's going to look.
It's their unofficial count after 4 days of just far as rep. Pickett had 18 reps and 7-on-7, 31 in competitive 11-on-11 situations, 18 cold passes. Flacco, just 3 more reps at 21, 7-on-7, 13 in competitive 11-on-11 situations, 8 passes. Gabriel had 20 reps on 7-on-7, 29 competitive and 11-on-11. Sanders actually had more reps. He had 26 reps on 7-on-7, lower tier, obviously lower tier units, but still got those reps in. 19 competitive 11-on-11 situations, 12 passes. So there's a lot to still yet to be worked out in Cleveland, like it is with the other 31 teams as well, for the most part at quarterback. A lot of them obviously have their guy in there, but Cleveland is one of those. It's going to be interesting who actually comes out as that starter on opening day.
Those last 3 guys that you mentioned, I'm not saying Joe Flacco can't have a midlife crisis and reinvent himself, a little early as an NFL quarterback. But between Pickett, Gabriel, and Shedeur Sanders, obviously 2 of those guys on their first team, do you see a Geno Smith or a Sam Darnold sort of growth arc in any of those 3 guys' future?
You know what, Oz? It's so hard to say because I didn't see it. I didn't see it in Geno.
I'm with you. I know. I'm with you.
So that's obviously the magical season he had with Seattle. You knew he had the tools. I always wondered if he had just that edge to him. You know what I'm saying? He goes, they wrote me off, but I didn't write him back. And I love that about him. Yeah. I love that about him. I just didn't know he had that dog in him to do that. And I was glad to see it. Whether he does the same thing in Oakland, but for Nevada, we'll see with the Raiders there in Vegas. But with these younger 2 guys, I'm just not sure. And think about it. I like all these guys. Flacco, like I said, man, he's been a career backup for the most part, has come in and shine at different times, like I said, including for your Colts. With Gabriel, obviously, we just don't know. With Sanders, we don't know. And quite honestly, Pickett, although he's part of a Super Bowl team when he's with Philly, he's been around greatness. He's seen it at the top level. Whether he can make that and generate that same type of mentality on the field, I still think is yet to be seen. We know he has the arm strength and things of that nature, but again, I think it's just upstairs between the cranium. Does he have it up there, though?
I'm really curious to see for Kenny Pickett just how much of a winner's bump he got from being associated with the Eagles, because that's something Jay will talk about all the time. This guy won a Super Bowl with this team, but he didn't contribute.
No,
he wasn't on the field. He's just the backup quarterback, clipboard guy. And again, not knocking him. He has more Super Bowl rings than I ever will. Congratulations to him for that. But I wonder if teams view that experience of being in that locker room despite not playing more than we think, less than we think, or about like we think.
I think it's a great question you brought up, though. Did he bring any of that aura with him? I think that's yet to be seen. We will see what he does there. But, of course, they got a situation in Cleveland. Old Dad 34, good morning to you, brother. He goes, and I'm going to put this to you, Austin. Does Gabriel or Sanders get traded?
At this point, why not? You bought low on both those guys, I think. Gabriel may be about where he should have been, but certainly bought low on the consensus on Shedeur Sanders. And number one, it's not like Cleveland is just one piece away, but I think it's almost, AD, more important for teams that are multiple pieces away to make more trades. Especially a team like Cleveland that's not going to be a big player in free agency. If you can get better on the margins and keep stacking those small wins, whether it's a 5th round pick here, a 4th round pick there, a player that you had your eye on off a practice squad or bottom of a roster there. If you're a team like Cleveland, I would even throw maybe Green Bay into that conversation. Certainly the Colts, teams like that, they probably need to be more active in trading, be okay with the roster churn until you hit on someone, because the more moves you make that you get 1% better, that 1% is going to add up.
Absolutely. And like you mentioned, Cleveland got both of those guys on the cheap, so it's not like they're out of a lot investment-wise. So a lot going on in Cleveland, folks. When we come back, we have history. Rafferty will join me in Austin at 10. We'll talk about the recap of the Big Ten, things that stuck out to Austin the most while I was there. 10:30, single-digit numbers, what to expect, because it's camping time. 31 days until Nebraska kicks off at Arrowhead Stadium down in KC. We'll be right back. It's The Drive.
Bagels & Joe is the best place to start off your mornings, and you can order your breakfast ahead of time on their app. You can't go wrong with one of their great bagel sandwiches or breakfast burritos. Stop by any of their 4 locations in Lincoln and their location in Seward. Bagels & Joe.
We interrupt this commercial break for an important story.
There once was a man from Nebraska who went searching for food in Alaska. When his stomach was rumbling while laying in bed, he could think of only one option, Führer's cheese spread. So he left it once and drove day and night to return back home for cheese spread delight. Now his stomach is full and the voice in his head tells him no more vacations without Führer's cheese spread. Find yours today at most local grocers.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Fairway has fresh cut meats, seafood, cheese, wine, and spirits, and a friendly staff that's always ready to help you find what you need. Stop by Fairway Meat Market today to plan your weekly meals in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
Play ball! Pitch the perfect idea for a family outing or date night with tickets to the next Salt Dogs game. Nothing says summer fun like an action-packed evening at Haymarket Park. Come root for the home team with a hot dog and a cold drink. Plus, visit saltdogs.com to learn about special events and promotions, including group discounts. Don't miss out on the thrill and excitement of a Salt Dogs win. Visit saltdogs.com to reserve your tickets today.
Load up on meat and more this summer at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. This week's specials through July 29th are 15% off cheese and crackers, grass-fed, grass-finished tri-tips for $10.99, 820 ground beef trays for $6.99, and brisket flats for $9.99. Plus, stop by for lunch on Fired Up Thursdays at the Mercado East or Fired Up Fridays at the Mercado North. Locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney and Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC. This month kicks off Koppel's 50th anniversary sale. We're celebrating 50 years by offering an additional $500 discount to the next 100 customers that buy a new vehicle. This is in addition to the huge savings already in place. You can take an extra $500 off our discounted price, or we can cut you a check on the spot. Celebrate with savings and see why customers have trusted Koppel since 1975. It's our way of saying thank you for all these years.
Hey, Husker Nation. This is Todd Euler, two-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top-quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at windowworldlincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
When you're outdoors beneath Nebraska skies, adventure comes in all sizes. From quick escapes and long weekends to true off-the-grid retreats. Paddle, hike, camp, explore. Whether you have a few hours or a few days, we'll guide you to a state park or recreation area that's a perfect fit. Start your next adventure today at yournebraskaparks.com. Sponsored by Nebraska Game and Parks, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road, just south of 14th and Highway 2. Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs, from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
Now back to the drive with Aaron Davis and Nick Sainer, sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, folks, we are back again. If you are going to be outside today, be careful. Heck, I would say this, anywhere across the region, not only the state, but the region. They were showing some of the highs last night, Austin. I was like, oh, man. 99, it feels like 110. 100, it feels like 115 because you add the humidity. I went on my deck yesterday afternoon, and my glasses fogged up. Glasses literally fogged up out there because it was so dadgum hot, man. It's going to be lethal out there today, so definitely be careful. Did you go outside at all this weekend? For an extended period of time?
Saturday. Took little man to the park. But yesterday, nope. Got out of the car to get to church. Got back from church. I went to grandma and grandpa's house, got out of the car to get inside, and then right back to the car and left.
Even last night, I let Louie out before I went to bed. It's probably about, 9:30. It was still thick out there, man. It just like you walk out and the humidity was like, hey, what's happening?
Which is so different than Vegas, where it was 104, but it's just like, oh yeah, it's just like I opened the oven hot. Not, I opened the oven and now it's also humid in my face. And my glasses are fogging up. My contacts might fog up too next thing I know.
Let me ask you this. Would you prefer the humidity or the dry heat?
I mean, given where the dry heat comes with, I'd just deal with the humidity. I like Lincoln. I like Nebraska. It's just kind of what I'm used to, what I grew up with. So, I mean, if you could tell me Nebraska would have dry heat, that's great. But then I know there are plenty of people who would get mad at me saying, no, the humidity is important. We need the moisture. We need the rain. So I'm not willing to sacrifice my personal comfort for the good of the rest of the state of Nebraska.
Well, in history, to keep it in Cleveland, in 1995, Art Modell begin secret talks to move the NFL team out of Cleveland to Baltimore. No, Dave, have you read up much on that? Just that move? Because I know you weren't even born yet in
That
1995.
one less so. The Colts to India, the Colts to India, I know a little bit more about.
Mm-hmm. So that one you understand that a little bit better.
Bit more, yeah.
Well, it was almost like it was the middle of the night when it all went down, man. They just had some moving trucks and was like, yeah, we're out. I don't think they've recovered yet, but it's been that long since they made that move. It was huge, man. It was huge. You know, here's a quick little thing. Phil Savage was driving to the Browns practice facility for Bill Belichick's Saturday morning staff meeting, November 4th, 1995. Savage been doubling down as on-the-road scout during the week and assistant coach on the weekend. As he flipped on the radio, he almost couldn't believe what he was hearing. Modell was moving the Browns, igniting one of the most tumultuous times in both Cleveland and NFL history. That's how I found out, said Savage. He was a scout for the Browns at the time, who ultimately followed Modell to Baltimore before returning to Cleveland in 2005 as GM. He goes, that's almost how all the NFL staff found out on the radio. Man, dude, that's jacked up, though, ain't it?
Oh, so much so.
Why wouldn't you tell your own staff?
They're going to blab. Someone's going to get out.
But I mean, the moment it goes out, you don't have to tell me. Here's what I say. I know it's different in every company, and because each, CEO, president, owner, executive, they know their staff. They know their team. They know, okay, who's going to blab, who's not. But at least before you put it on the radio, say, look, even if you go this, Austin, if there's something about to go down, hey, I'm going to put this is going to go down here in about 10, 15 minutes or an hour. I just want you to know.
Mm-hmm.
I can understand not telling them days in advance or weeks in advance because things can seep out. I get that in an organization of that size, but not to tell them anything. You're scouts, for heaven's sakes.
Right. The people that need to uproot their lives, that you would like to uproot their lives and move with you.
Kind of Bush League.
Entirely Bush League, right? I mean, these people are putting their lives, their reputations on the line. I'm going to assume at least some of them had families at that point.
Yeah.
And just to say, nope, we're moving.
Yeah.
What choice do you leave them? Do they lose their job if they don't come with you? Can they stay where they're at? Because I assume scouts are on the road quite a bit anyways, so maybe it's less of an impact for scouts, but still, I mean, changing where home base is, I mean, if you have your family in Cleveland compared to Baltimore,
right?
That's
big move.
That's a big change.
Big move. It ain't like you're going to Cincinnati, in the same state, or even just next door to Pennsylvania or something like that. You're going to a different state. So that I could still remember that going down. It was blasted all at ESPN, Chris Berman, all the guys talking about Cleveland moves to Baltimore. And Modell was not, they were not pleased in Cleveland, to say the least, when that took place. Folks, when we come back, Big Ten wrap up with Austin. Hey, Ron, good morning. He goes, how's it going, brother? How's the back? The back surgery has been moved. I told Austin about that. It was supposed to be July 31st. Made some changes. It's going to be August 14th. Actually going to be a lot better as far as logistics-wise because it's going to be at 7:30 a.m. in the morning compared to 2 p.m. in the afternoon. So I'll wake up, have surgery, and healing will take place. But we moved it to August 14th from logistical reasons. So I'm pretty excited about it. I can wait 2 more weeks, man. I can wait 2 more weeks. And more golf.
More good golf. Only good golf. Only good swings.
I like that. Whether that comes to fruition or not, we'll see. But yes, more better swings coming there. We'll be back, folks. Ralph will join us at the 10 a.m. segment as well. It's The Drive, 93.7 A Ticket.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Fairway has fresh cut meats, seafood, cheese, wine, and spirits, and a friendly staff that's always ready to help you find what you need. Stop by Fairway Meat Market today to plan your weekly meals in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? Do you need a lawyer you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion? The attorneys at Liberty Law understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Contact us for a free consultation by calling 877-42-LIBERTY. Call Liberty Law and find out how we can help get you the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. Liberty Law Group. Trial attorneys you can trust.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
Mike, the insurance company wants us to replace the roof.
Wait, what? I thought everything was fine.
Yeah, it says right here our roof is too old and they won't be able to cover us anymore.
I guess it is 15 years old. Hi, I'm Austin with Roofing Service Company. We help homeowners with their roofing and siding projects. Financing options are available, and we can get you under a new roof no time at all. If this sounds like you, visit roofingservicecompany.com. That is roofingservicecompany.com.
Rick Heyman here from Starter Heyman Jewelers. I want to personally thank our great customers for voting us once again the best of Lincoln. At the same time, we're celebrating our 120th year in business in the great state of Nebraska. Visit us at South Point, Grand Island, and the Outlet in downtown Lincoln. Visit us today at starterheyman.com.
Starter Heyman Jewelers.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza. The big one. All the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend.
Shopping for new flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit ostreetcarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor in just days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
A lot of businesses say they're family focused, but when tough situations in life arise, the business wants anything but your best interests. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring, and they will always treat their employees like family, just as they do their customers. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring Class A and B CDL drivers, a shop tech, and a diesel mechanic. If you're looking for a career with a company that goes above and beyond to value you and your family, apply today at jamesenterpriseinc.com or call 402-432-6740.
Hi, it's Charlie Stone and Andy Goodyear of Honda of Lincoln with more exciting news for area car buyers.
Charlie, it's just announced that Honda of Lincoln has won 3 of the Lincoln Journal-Star's Lincoln Choice Awards: Best New Car Dealer, Best Auto Repair, and Best Place to Get Your Oil Changed.
Wow, that's great, Andy. Anything else?
Yes, we were runner-up for Best Pre-Owned Dealer and Best Tire Dealer. A lot of people don't understand that we do sell tires here.
Very exciting, Andy. Why do you think your dealership is winning so many awards?
Charlie, we simply say it's the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business.
Looks like Honda of Lincoln is the great news headquarters for Lincoln.
Yes, and even all of Nebraska, we are also announcing that Honda of Lincoln's the only dealer in the state of Nebraska to win the prestigious Honda President's Award for 2024.
Honda of Lincoln, Nebraska's #1 volume Honda dealer, 27th and Yankee Hill Road, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old-fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with taco night on Mondays or whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see lots of sunshine with a light breeze. It'll be high and humid with a high around 101. Tonight, mainly clear skies and light winds, with a low around 75. And tomorrow, we'll see mainly sunny skies with light winds. Another hot day with a high near 96. I'm meteorologist Kyle Buck from 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Welcome to The Drive with Aaron Davis and Nick Sainert.
Nebraska will win the national championship. The Cornhuskers beat Miami. It is history, 13-0, and bring that trophy back to Lincoln.
25 straight wins for the Cornhuskers. One of the most dominating stretches in college football history.
We may have seen one of the best teams in the history of college football tonight.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Folks, we are back on this marvelous Monday. Austin, I'm wondering if it's going to get as hot as what's projected. It's a nice little breeze out this morning, man.
Yeah.
Summer breeze.
Give it time, AD. It's 10 o'clock in the
It's only
morning.
10 o'clock.
So, I hope you're right.
2:30. Austin. Hot as Hades out here.
I'll walk out of work here at 7, probably 7:15, and just fried with crisp immediately. So rub it in. Thanks.
Rafferty, what's happening, brother?
Not too much. What's going on in Lincoln, Nebraska?
You know, nothing much, man. You know, you and the missus were in the Dominican, man. How was the honeymoon, brother?
It was good. It was good. Relaxing. Played one of the hardest courses I've ever played in my life. It was insane.
Did you keep it under $100, you think?
No way. Not even close. It was crazy. Like the first 9 holes was super cool, like very picturesque, the ocean and stuff like that. And then the back 9 holes was absolutely insanely hard and crazy, and there were cliffs everywhere, and I lost a lot of balls.
Well, Jesse from Milford, good morning to you. Sorry I missed this earlier, Jesse. He goes, I haven't played in 5 years. Speaking of golf, I played Waco's 9-hole course on Saturday morning. I shot a 41. I have no idea how I did so well. Jesse, just don't play anymore. Just said my last time I played, I shot a 41. I love it. Rav, the pictures looked absolutely amazing, man, when you were Trace were at. It didn't even look real, in fact, on some of those holes that you guys were at. Which hole did you do? What was your lowest score, though? Not score. What was your lowest hole on the course?
Oh, I think I birdied. I think birdied one hole. That was the highlight of my day. And everything else was. But I'll tell you who golfed well was Tracy.
Probably because you know what, Raph? Probably because she hit it shorter and was not in trouble as much as you were. Am I correct on that?
Well, let's just say at the beginning of the day, we bought 12 golf balls and we brought 1 golf ball home, and she was the one that had the 1 golf ball left, and she started with 3 to begin the day. So she lost 2 balls and I lost 9.
Yeah. You know, Raph, you know, Austin, me and Keenan played at Breckenridge on last Sunday. And one of our, was it Tony that called, Raph? Was that the name of the caller that called in that has a place there?
Oh man, I can't remember. I think so.
I thought it was Tony that lives out in Breck, but picturesque. Austin, I probably lost 17 golf balls out there, bro. Whew. I mean, they were just going left and right.
Does the altitude help the driver though?
Yeah, but it just got lost faster. It just got lost. Keenan Rav used a pitching wedge from 190 and flew the green, my son. He shot at 86, I believe, and seriously was like, this is, it doesn't shoot that high. He's a 4 handicap. I think on the back, he ended up firing like a 39 or 40 once he got his distances down. I was just glad I kept mine under 100 out there, but nevertheless, it was a great time. Raph, Austin was out in Big Ten media days. Raph, I know you got some questions for him. I have some questions for you. Overall, though, Austin, how did you walk away feeling about the overall experience and where the Big Ten is at? And did you like Vegas being the spot for it?
I probably liked Vegas more than Tony Petitti did, to be completely honest.
Mm-hmm.
Now, am I so strongly pro Vegas? No, not necessarily. But according to Tony Petitti, a lot of that was just about the logistics of it, that the Pentecostal church actually took over Lucas Oil Stadium.
Praise the Lord.
That's why we ended up in Vegas. So.
Was in the oil business. Amen. Praise the Lord. That place has been sanctified.
That's what's going on in Naptown, USA. So that's why we were in Vegas. Tony Petitti not loving it. Not loving it. I'm sure the price tag was a little pricier, a little heftier out in Vegas. Having not been to media days before, general understanding from people who had been there is that the setup in Indy was probably a little more conducive for those of us on Radio Row. We didn't get a lot of that traffic going back and forth. If you remember our stream, the doors that were behind the kind of the floating camera, those were the doors the coaches were walking into. to go to the podium. So we were right there. We saw pretty much every coach all 3 days. Nick did a great job of talking to their SID, saying, "Hey, if you got 5 minutes, we're here. Before we go on, after you come on, whatever." But that was another, I think, kind of pain in our butt, is that with 3 different TV partners that all need to get their stuff, supposedly the schedules were too jam-packed, and we were just kind of in the back hallway. So if you weren't there for your podium, you really weren't swinging by our direction necessarily. So I think that was just mildly unfortunate, just from our setup and where we were, the setup of Radio Row compared to years past. But no, I thought the Big Ten came out of it in a pretty good position. Maybe it's just because we were there, caught up in the moment of everything.
Right.
But I'll ask you guys too, being on the outside, I didn't feel like the Big Ten came away making any serious splash headlines outside of Tony Petitti and the college football playoff format. Other than that, I thought it was just a pretty ho-hum, business as usual. We're the Big Ten. We're going about our business sort of week.
Ralph, you go ahead, brother.
Well, first, I just have to ask Austin. I mean, now that you've spent most of the year in Las Vegas, were you
Hey now.
were you the tour director, and did you take them on the best damn tour?
I did not take them on the best damn tour. It was a business trip. Monday, by the time we got in, I still did my show. Like I said, work trip. Would have loved to take them on the best damn tour if we would have had time. But no, we were there on air, 9 hours a day, and those wimps, Jay and Nick, you couldn't hang. So by the time we would have gotten out to the best damn on that side of the country, yeah, I don't think that was going to happen.
Classic. I was going to ask you, which team or player other than Nebraska kind of like that you was not on your radar, kind of crept up on your radar while you were out there?
The more that maybe it's just because Jay spent a lot of time talking about him, but I think Minnesota's really confident in where it is, which is not something that I think a lot of Husker fans like to hear. But I think for as loud as PJ Fleck is, as bombastic as he can be, I really think there's some quiet confidence in a bunch of guys from Minnesota. The more I look up and down that roster, the more I look at their schedule, it's not going to be easy for them. But I really think Minnesota is in a position where it feels like it can have the season in 2025 that Illinois did in 2024. Now, the difference is they're breaking in a new starting quarterback. I think they wish that last year's offense probably could have overlapped with this year's defense, with a guy like Brosmer, who they thought got a lot better toward the end of the year once the OC knew what he had in their FCS transfer quarterback. So, I mean, outside of the big three of Ohio State, Penn State, probably Oregon, Michigan trying to play its way into that conversation, we knew a little bit about Illinois and Indiana going in, but having not studied Minnesota, not heard much from them in the offseason, I really think there's a lot of confidence up there in the Twin Cities about how this season can look for them.
I was intrigued what you thought, Austin, of Raiola, of Rule, Latovsky, Singleton. Who's the other gentleman I'm forgetting for Nebraska that was there?
Marquise Buford was
Marquise
there.
Buford.
Mm-hmm.
What was your overall assessment of their time there on the podiums?
I was really impressed with Deshaun Singleton. I thought he was probably the best of the players that we had the chance to get to talk to, having not talked to him before, knowing a little bit of his story, coming up from the JUCO ranks, but finding out that he's among the first, if not the first in his family to do this whole college thing in terms of college athletics, being the one to navigate that for the first time with a support system. But, he's from Louisiana, now up here in Nebraska. It was fascinating to hear him talk about that being his motivation, right? How much it means to him to wear that end, to be at Nebraska, going to college. It means a lot to him and to his family. So to hear that from him on top of his goals, aspirations for the season was cool. Lutovsky was good, typical offensive lineman, pretty well spoken. I thought he was good. Marquise Buford, bundle energy, right? He was there kind of as the media correspondent for, I assume, the Big Ten networks. We weren't expecting to talk to him, but there's a lot of confidence from him. Again, an upperclassman that made the choice to come back. And I'm not sure that we caught Dylan at the right time. We got him kind of toward the end of the day, I think around 3:30, 3:35 at that point. He's being ushered here, ushered there. I think in terms of quarterback, he was probably the biggest name short of Drew Aller in the conference in terms of quarterbacks that actually made the trip. And you could tell he handled it very well. I thought he took a lot of stuff in stride. One Kobe and MJ comment notwithstanding, that one was a weird one from him. But
explain that to the audience who may not have caught that comment.
Yeah, so he was asked about his relationship with Patrick Mahomes. We know that they look the same in a lot of ways, and we know that he's met with Bobby Stroop, who's Patrick Mahomes' trainer, and done some work with him. And I don't remember who it was that asked. I want to say it was CBS asked, yeah, what's the extent of your relationship with Patrick Mahomes? He said, well, I don't want to compare myself to Kobe Bryant or Michael Jordan or anything like that. But I kind of think that's our relationship. Which, if that's true, they're a lot tighter than I would have guessed, because I kind of thought they were just acquaintances. Oh yeah, they'll dap each other up. But
he knows them.
If they're that tight, okay, fine. Let's prove it then, Big Shooter. That's the time for this. But I thought our interview with him was pretty darn solid. Obviously, being QB1, doing all of that at Las Vegas. We know the Nebraska media scene is its own animal, but to do everything that he did in Vegas, I'm sure it wore on him. But I thought he held up pretty well throughout the day.
Ralph, go ahead.
I was just surprised just with the confidence he brought. I mean, nothing less than a national championship. If we don't win a national championship, it's not a complete failure, but putting that title talk out there, like I might have went with maybe, we're just gonna continue to improve and see where the chips lie at the end of the year, maybe. But I guess that kind of caught me a little bit when he was talking national championship. But I guess I look at it, I like that confidence. I also him and the Patrick Mahomes comparisons. If I'm going to have a quarterback and I want them to be great, I want them to pattern themselves after a great of the game, which Patrick Mahomes is. So if he's training as hard as Patrick Mahomes is and throwing as much as Patrick Mahomes is and studying the game as much as Patrick Mahomes is, then I'm good with him matching his game after him. But at the end of the day, it's still got to be Dylan Raiola.
Well, let me jump off on that. Yes, it has to be Dylan Raiola, and that's where I'll ask you guys this. Do we think that Dylan Raiola can become the same kind of quarterback, the same archetype of quarterback as Patrick Mahomes? What do you guys think?
Ralph, I'm going to say this, and also I'm going to say this. When I was that age, obviously not even close to the skill set or ability or talents that a Raiola has, but one of my guys that I envied as far as the receiver goes was Von Shepard, Irving Fryer, and the pros. I loved Lynn Swann. We didn't have social media, though, so no one knew about it except your close inner circle. I don't have a problem with him modeling his game after. I don't care about the haircuts and things like that. To me, dude, now, granted, people are going to say, wait a minute, he's getting paid, X amount of money. Still doesn't negate the fact that he's a kid. Still doesn't negate the fact that he's a young man. He idolizes someone that he absolutely knows, not just an acquaintance, but he knows this guy. One of the greatest of our lifetime, will definitely be a first ballot Hall of Famer. All those things we know, those are foregone conclusions. I'd rather he model his game after him instead of, Joe Flacco. Just for the sake we were talking about Joe Flacco. This is not to knock Joe Flacco by any stretch of imagination or either career backup, because they've made it for years, the pros. But if you're going to do it, Raph, to your point, why not model after the best? I don't care about the comparisons with him and Patrick Mahomes. I just want to be the best Dylan Raiola this year. And I thought it was somewhat a big statement, but at the same time, if you're not playing for a national championship, what the heck are you playing for? I just don't understand that. Now I can understand people, Raph, will shoot back and say, well, Nebraska's first, just get to a better bowl game, win more than 6. I get all that. But you do all of those things if your goal is to have aspirations for a national championship. Your conference is most likely, at least in the running for a conference. You win the games you're supposed to win. You knock off some teams as well. Those are things that are on the way. Now, I know this is going to be unfair in that our goal back in the day, and I know people say, well, back in the day was different. I get that, but still the premise is still the same. Conference championship, that was a foregone conclusion. If you were going to go to a natty, you already won that, or at least were in the hunt for that. And with a 12-team playoff, you put yourself in position to do that. So I didn't necessarily have a problem with that at all, because at least they're setting their sights high and having expectations, which we quite obviously haven't seen that much over the years. Raph, go ahead, my man.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I mean, I when he said it, I guess I was a little bit off guard of it, just for they've been relatively laid back and, like predictions the last couple of years. It's to get better, to become a better team, to fix the culture, to build the roots of the program. So then when I heard the national championship talk, it kind of took me aback a little bit, but then I started thinking about it. I'm like, what is if you play football, or if you play college football, high school football, National Football League, what is your goal? It's to win the championship. I mean, that's what the goal is. So basically he just stated, what everybody's goal is going in. I mean, does every team have that opportunity to win it? No, but you talk to any team out there, you could go to a MAC school and ask them what their goal is, and it's to win a national championship. Is it possible? Probably not. But, everybody goes into the season wanting to win championships, get the rings. I mean, they want to be like Nick Sainert. They want that state softball championship ring.
They do. And that's why it didn't catch me off guard for him to say that. And I also think the college football playoff and a national championship is more attainable for Nebraska now than it has been for the better part of the last 15, 20 years. Really. I mean, with 12 teams that get in, not exactly an NFL model, but the bigger the playoff is, you get in, you give yourself a chance. And that's, I think, more than Nebraska can say for, like I said, the better part of the last 10, maybe even 15 years to this point. And I'll add this on Dylan Raiola. I'm with you, AD. I want him to be the best Dylan Raiola he can be. But I think part of being the best Dylan Raiola he can be means focusing on what's real, what's attainable, what he can become in terms of a quarterback. He's never going to have the natural middle infielder or pitcher athleticism that Patrick Mahomes has.
Right.
There's some stuff he can do with the flexibility and the arm training
that no one can do.
Absolutely. And I'm saying there are aspects he can take from Patrick Mahomes. But I think in terms of the archetype of quarterback for Dylan Raiola, he's going to be, either Matt Stafford gunslinger or Joe Burrow processor.
Right.
And not to say that Mahomes doesn't have some of those qualities, those attributes in him. But I think when people think Patrick Mahomes, they think, oh, athleticism, oh, throwing on the run, oh, crazy plays, oh, making miracles out of nothing. To me, the next step for Dylan Raiola, get better in the pocket.
Yeah.
Offensive line should be, fine to decent, maybe even bordering on good.
A lot of weapons.
A lot of weapons around him. I would really rather Dylan Raiola figure out how it is he learns how to sit in the pocket, to process the game, to deal with pressure bearing down on him, to take some shots from a free rusher, to, do your count on the offensive line. Okay, who's the blitzer that's probably going to be coming free, deliver on time, on target, go through options 1, 2, 3, whatever that looks like. I'd rather he work on that stuff and become that kind of quarterback than, oh, look at me, I'm Patrick Mahomes Jr., I'm running around making crazy plays. I just don't think that's the best Dylan Raiola that he can be.
Right. Raph, Austin, for both of you, Petitti made a big, talking about obviously the Big Ten commissioner, a big splash here by aggressively pushing the 16 playoff format with 4 automatic bids each for the Big Ten and SEC. Obviously, that proposal would leave out the ACC and Big 12 with just 2 each, and no guaranteed path for the group of 5 teams as far as that goes. Is this a smart strategy, Austin? Is this a smart strategy, Rav, trying to somewhat maybe even bully your way into postseason dominance?
Rav, you go first.
I think it's just a way of, you want to be the best representative of your conference that you can be. And I think that's basically what he's doing, is he's taken kind of like that torch of what the coaches want in the Big Ten, is they want more teams in that championship. So I just think he just took the torch of what the coaches in the conference are saying. Is it, particularly popular in the nation? Probably not, but he's doing, and look at it at the end of the Big Ten, it's one of your super conferences. You got, the SEC and you got the Big Ten. So he's using, some of that power that he has, trying to implement something. So will it happen? I'm not sure about that. I think 12 is probably the way to go, but you never know. I mean, NCAA and all that, they love their money. And when I hear 16 teams, I hear more money.
Austin, to add on to that, it's almost like, it seems like that some people, he feel like he's almost gaslighting some fans in this model. And it's similar to a conference standings that determine playoff spots for the NFL. And the only difference is, college teams don't all play each other evenly, though. You know what I'm saying? There's a major difference there. So I wanted to add that under the question I would ask you with that, with one that Raph just answered as well.
Yeah, but I mean, not like NFL teams play each other evenly as well.
Right.
It's more consistent. It's more definable. But I think that the telling quote from Tony Petitti is, why are your coaches on board? They're in sync with the plan because they helped create it. This isn't just Tony Petitti being the one talking about this. This is my opinion. This is what I think.
Fickle and Brett, we're talking. We're singing his praises big time.
Which there's something to be said for telling the company line, unlike what Elijah Drinkwitz did at SEC Media Days. But Tony Petitti isn't just coming up with this saying this is what I want. Tony Petitti is having these conversations with the stakeholders and the power brokers in the Big Ten.
Yeah, he's not going Lone Ranger on this.
No, he's not. I mean, that's how he comes up with this plan, is through these conversations. I'll disagree with Raph a little bit. I think 16 is a little cleaner, a little simpler, and I think we're going to get there eventually. So screw it, let's get there. But I hope that there is a middle ground between what the Big Ten is setting itself up as kind of the NFL's minor league, access based that way, right? With your division winners, your conference winners, whatever it is you want to call them, and then a certain number of wild cards, and the SEC system where it's 5+11, a lot of people voting. Of course, the SEC wants people voting. I still think there's that narrative of SEC supremacy out there. I think the SEC thinks that they'll get the lion's share of the bids if a committee is allowed to vote on it, like we've seen for a handful of years, even in the 14 playoff. So I get why the Big Ten is trying to push back on that a little bit. But if college football is just the NFL dumbed down, do I want a complete carbon copy of the NFL in college football? No. But I think in terms of the playoff format and structure, the thing that's going to serve college football best is just go to your two main leagues, qualify your top 7, your top 8, have them play a bracket, then you get your Super Bowl at the end of the year between those two halves of it. Why are we standing in the way of what's probably going to happen ultimately?
I will say this too, man. I am so glad I was younger and in school, like 25 years ago, because I think I went to like every Nebraska game for like a 10-year period. And in today's world, I think I would probably be bankrupt, broke, and it'd be. I mean, think about it. If you're a big fan of your school now, I mean, and you pride yourself on going to every game and stuff like that, I mean, it's kind of taken out of your hands now. But you almost got to select, one game, because just of all the, if you have a 16-team playoff, there's going to be a lot of travel involved there. And that's on top of what your regular season schedule looks like, being in the Big Ten, where it's now nationally and not just in regionally.
Let me ask you guys one more question before we get to RGT. And I think it's the money part, Raph, you talking about it being expensive. The game we love, Austin, the game we love, Raph, the game we love, listeners, those who are big diehard like we are. You look at media rights, you look at money and control. Are we heading towards a college football future that is going to be more based on the richest conference makes all the rules? Why don't you guys think about 2 seconds? Do you think we're heading that direction? Or are we already there?
I was going to say we might already be there, actually.
We probably are, and I don't think that's necessarily healthy. But I also wonder if we're not kind of just in that in-between stage right now, where we know the Big Ten, the SEC have the money, have the power, have the ability to change the college football playoff however it is they want it to look. It doesn't feel great right now. I don't think a lot of people enjoy the current setup for that reason, right? Where there are haves and have-nots necessarily.
And does that gap get bigger?
I mean, it might, but I also think the way that things are heading is to those two kind of super conferences, AFC, NFC style, where you'll have, like you and I talked about, AD, probably the Big 10 and the Big 12 folded in together, and the SEC and the ACC folded in together, where that becomes your AFC and your NFC equivalent. So what has to happen there? You pool your media rights. Everyone gets the same payout, right? For the most part, right? Of course, there is still revenue sharing, right? The bottom market teams and the top market teams. I don't know if we go to the full baseball setting where, you pay in X percent and then it makes up the difference to the bottom feeding teams. But I really think this is just the in-between step. This is not settled. This is not final. This is not how it's going to look. I think that all that money eventually will get pooled and we will get closer to an NFL model. So it sucks right now for a lot of schools with that divide between powerful, not powerful, rich and poor, as we're going to call them, schools. But I really don't think that, yes, there will always be some sort of divide and gap there. Right. But I don't think it's ever going to be quite this stark once we get to the model that I anticipate coming. How about that?
I like it. Raph, what do you got for the RGT, my man?
Quick RGT today goes out to Steve Susek. He ran for 24 hours this past weekend at Lincoln Pius X for domestic violence, raising money. 24 hours straight of running. It's crazy, but congratulations on completing that, Steve. You are Raph's good take.
I love it. Raph, I seen that on the news last night as well, Austin, and I seen a priest running in full priest gear. You had the whole all black outfit on, man. May have had the all black Air Force Ones, Raph, for the New Balances, but raised some funds at the time when I seen it was over 8,000 he had raised already for domestic violence and sexual assault for women. So, man, big shout out to the gentleman who did that. Raffy, appreciate you, brother. We'll be on tomorrow at 10 with Raffy. Again, me and Austin will be back to talk more Husker football because it's time to go camping. And they started camping today. Actually checked in yesterday. Camping starts now, 31 days. So kickoff. We'll discuss more when we come back. It's The Drive.
Load up on meat and more this summer at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. This week's specials through July 29th are 15% off cheese and crackers, grass-fed, grass-finished tri-tips for $10.99, 820 ground beef trays for $6.99, and brisket flats for $9.99. Plus, stop by for lunch on Fired Up Thursdays at the Mercado East or Fired Up Fridays at the Mercado North. Locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney and Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs, from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
Play ball! Pitch the perfect idea for a family outing or date night with tickets to the next Salt Dogs game. Nothing says summer fun like an action-packed evening at Haymarket Park. Come root for the home team with a hot dog and a cold drink. Plus, visit saltdogs.com to learn about special events and promotions, including group discounts. Don't miss out on the thrill and excitement of a Salt Dogs win. Visit saltdogs.com to reserve your tickets today.
A lot of businesses say they're family focused, but when tough situations in life arise, the business wants anything but your best interests. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring, and they will always treat their employees like family, just as they do their customers. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring Class A and B CDL drivers, a shop tech, and a diesel mechanic. If you're looking for a career with a company that goes above and beyond to value you and your family, apply today at jamesenterpriseinc.com or call 402-432-6740.
Western Sand and Gravel is hiring for a variety of positions at their sand and gravel plants near Ashland. Apply today and receive a $2,500 hiring bonus. Available positions include plant operators, dredge operators, and shop service technicians. They offer great pay, health benefits, 401k, a wellness program, paid holidays, and paid time off. No matter your experience level, on-the-job training is available to help you build a rewarding career with Western Sand and Gravel. Start your career today. Visit westernsand.com.
Advanced Medical Imaging is the largest radiology group in Nebraska, located in Lincoln at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard. At Advanced Medical Imaging, they utilize state-of-the-art technology and blend it together with their compassionate, skilled team to guide you through every step. Whether it's an MRI, CT scan, or X-ray, their precise diagnostics help your doctor deliver the best care plan for you. Choose clarity and comfort in your life by choosing Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard and online at amimaging.com.
Shopping for new flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit OStreetCarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor in just days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Rick Heyman here from Starter Heyman Jewelers. I want to personally thank our great customers for voting us once again the best of Lincoln. At the same time, we're celebrating our 120th year in business in the great state of Nebraska. Visit us at South Point, Grand Island, and the Outlet in downtown Lincoln. Visit us today at StarterHeyman.com.
Starter Heyman Jewelers.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza. The big one. All the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? You need an attorney you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Call Liberty Law and find out how we can help you get the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. Call the trial attorneys you can trust. 877-42-LIBERTY.
Now back to The Drive with Aaron Davis and Nick Sainer, sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We back on this beautiful Monday morning, marvelous Monday morning. We got Austin holding down the ones and twos. Austin, appreciate you filling in for Nick. Nick is in Chicago, Chi-Town, Big Ten.
Big Bulls news for him. Billy Donovan extension.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
How long?
Let's see. I just know we signed one.
Interesting.
Maybe, let's see here. Bulls Billy Donovan agreed to a contract extension. The team did not reveal the length or financial terms. Did not realize they could get away with that, but
just know he's there.
That's why Nick's in Chicago celebrating Billy Donovan's extension. Maybe.
He had an early flight this morning out of Lincoln. It's going there, Big Ten Media Volleyball Days that's going on there in Chicago. Let me ask you this before because this taps back into the Huskers. Do you think it's more convenient for them to have it in Chicago or Indy or somewhere centrally located rather than the West Coast? Basically, what Vegas is the West Coast. Let's keep it what it is. Mm-hmm. You can figure for Maryland, and one person that did not hold did not mince words was Franklin from Penn State. He did not like it at all. And he took some heat online about it. He took some heat, but you know what? I see what he's talking about. It's like, this is not convenient for us. Now if they rotated each year, that's something I understand. But it's like, let me ask you this. Did you prefer it more in Vegas? Would you prefer to have it like maybe somewhere like in Indy or Chicago?
I just think the Midwest Great Lakes makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
I didn't mind it in Vegas. I really didn't. Mm-hmm. I mean, that we were talking to some people who are, Vegas lifers who said, Vegas swallows this up. It barely moves the needle for Vegas.
There's people that even know that was going on.
Right.
There's something going on every day there.
Literally, which is the blessing and the curse, right? True. Number one, it's really, really nice to have a backup plan like Vegas in case the Pentecostal church ever gets wild hair and wants to take over.
Praise the Lord. Spread the word of God.
In case that ever happens again, you have Vegas to fall back on.
Yeah.
And that's nice. I thought the staff there handled it wonderfully. His first class run event. Mm-hmm. I think Franklin's whining about it is a little silly. Like, dude, you were the eastern wing of the Big Ten for a while. Mm-hmm. Now it was within, commercial flight distance, super short. Mm-hmm. So it makes sense.
And he was probably on a private jet.
But like, guess what? This is what these West Coast teams have to deal with 2, 3, 4 times a year.
That's true.
You can't do it once. Sorry that not all your media could make it out. Just kidding. No, I'm not sorry. Mm-hmm. So I don't like that he complained about it, given that he really doesn't have it that bad and it's a one-off. But why would you not have it in Indy, in Chicago, in Detroit, in Minneapolis,
Kansas City? You have a team in Kansas City. I'll throw that out. Throw that out.
That's
throw
Big
that
12
out. Throw that out. Throw that out. You don't want to do it. Yeah. Chicago, Minneapolis, Indy, like I said, Minneapolis, Chicago, Minneapolis, or something like that. I could totally see that.
Even Detroit, if you had to, as a fallback.
Yep, absolutely. There's plenty of, there's ample venues and facilities out there. But to your point though, Franklin, I get your point, but it's really hurting you to do it 1 year, dog.
One time.
If you rotate each year, that way everyone kind of gets that thing. Even if you did 1 year East Coast, 1 year West Coast, next time it's in the middle, and just kind of rotate that going on, because it is. I mean, it's like, you're being paid a lot of money for this thing. You wasn't flying Southwest, I can guarantee you that. And and not knocking that airline, but it's like, dude, you were flying a private jet. You weren't dealing with, regular things like you and I deal with in the airport. Suck it up, do your job, and it is what it is as far as that goes.
I didn't tell you, I got accused of deceiving the kiosk in Las Vegas.
Whoa. How? What happened?
So I am not a professional flyer by any means. I enjoy it, but backpack carry-on, I'm set. I don't really check bags that much.
No, I rarely do.
So we get to Omaha, and we had our Comrex, our headset bags, and the little sign.
Okay.
To tell people we were live, whatever. Have it at every event that we do.
Yeah. And you're checking that.
I'm checking all 3 of those. Those are 3 check bags. So we get to Omaha, and I'm like, they don't have that on there. How am I supposed to list that?
Right.
Other. Okay, good. Put it on the little scale. Mm-hmm. Good, cool. You're good to go. Head upstairs. Okay, fine, cool. That's easy. I can handle that. We get to Vegas, and same thing. Other.
Yeah.
There's no marking for this. What am I supposed to call it? It's just other.
Right.
Get to the front desk, and the lady says, "Is this a hockey stick? is this a bicycle?" No, it's a live broadcast sign. It's a poster, essentially.
Right.
It's like, well, why did you put sport equipment? I didn't. I put other. I pressed it 3 times. I said that's the same thing I did in Omaha.
Yeah.
Well, I know we should charge you an extra $150 for this.
Oh.
And I said, ma'am, I'm sorry. I didn't know. I'm whatever I need to do to make it right. But it's the same thing I did in
I
Omaha.
wasn't trying to deceive you or anything.
No, she's like, well, that's really dangerous when you see the kiosk because we weigh these things. We keep track of them. You can't just try to get away with it. Now, you should owe $300, but we'll let it slide. Yeah, $150 for Omaha and $150 for Vegas is what I was told that I owed. But they said, no, we'll let it slide this time, but you can't be deceiving the kiosk. These people check these things.
So you have to say it's sporting equipment? What do you?
I still don't know. You didn't tell me what I should say.
So I would have said this. So, ma'am, how would you like me to classify this? Because the options you're giving me, the only one that's relevant is other.
Right.
Oh my goodness.
Well, I said whatever I need to do to make it right, I will do. I just want to get through and get to security. But I said, well, I'll just slide this time, but can't be trying to deceive the kiosk.
Welcome to my world of flying, Austin. There's things that just make you scratch your head. And a lot of the times, Austin, I just find myself just laughing like, really, this is what we're doing?
Today of all days.
Austin, camp has started. The Huskers are there. All the talk. And, the Jay Foreman said this last week. He was with you, actually. I think it was either maybe it might have been Thursday. Yeah, no, it wasn't Thursday because you guys were traveling. It might have been when you guys were actually in Vegas. Who knows? Anyway, it was last week. He goes, you know what? Media day's over. It's on and popping right now. It's time to put your activities away for the summer. It's time to put your mindset towards this season. Going into this, Austin, and before we get to what area are you? I know we're going to talk about this a number of times in the next 31 days in some shape or form. What part of the team, special teams, defense, offense, are you most intrigued about this upcoming year?
I am ready for the day that we don't have to bring up special teams in these conversations. I am ready to have them be the third unit again, So I understand their importance. I think they've taken an outsized importance here in Nebraska football. I am ready to not have to talk about special teams. Who's the kicker? Who's the punter? Cool. We'll see you guys out there on August 28th down at Arrowhead Stadium. That being said, I think the offense as a whole holds intrigue for me just because I think it's finally the offense's turn to step up and carry some weight. Maybe the defense is going to be better, and I give it credit for it. Maybe John Butler is going to be hand-in-glove fit as coordinator. I expect some growing pains, which tells me that the offense needs to be ready from the jump. And in the non-con, maybe even the Michigan game, the offense is going to have to maybe reach a level that we haven't seen in a while from it to be able to be that unit that, man, the defense is fine. You see the pieces there, but they're just not quite there. Something's just a little bit off. How many times, AD, have we seen the defense put the offense on its back, make a play, bail them out of a situation?
Right.
I think it's about the offense's turn to have a drive, a series, a season like that.
Austin, I think you're spot on. Let me ask you this, too. In your lifetime, you're 28?
Just turned 27.
27. Goodness, couldn't give you here. 27. Since you've been actually able to watch football and understand it, would you say the last really understand it, 27, you say probably maybe last, 15 years, 16 years? Have you ever seen an emphasis on special teams to where they've been the sore thumb in your entire lifetime?
I thought it was a joke coming into the Big Ten and seeing how seriously Iowa took it. Or you think about Beamer Ball at Virginia Tech. That's what comes to mind for me first. It's like, oh, that's neat. Their special teams changes the game sometimes.
Absolutely.
I'm sure other places have had special teams issues like Nebraska. I mean, Nebraska's in the 120s. Guess what? FBS goes to 130s. So there is worse out there, just barely. But man, it's one of those things that I thought growing up, as you just talked about, like, oh yeah, we have to mention special teams, and oh, this is a place for young players to get reps, and this is how you show you're a team player because you contribute on special teams. Why does it have to be this serious?
Right. Austin, here's my opinion. There have been inconsistencies in all facets of the game for Nebraska the past number of years. Special teams one just blares out the most. We've been inconsistent defensively. We've been inconsistently offensively. We've sure as heck been inconsistent during special teams. This team, in order for them to get over the hump, is going to have consistency in every part of the game. Because although the special teams ones glared the most because, the missed field goals, a bad snap, fielding the ball where you shouldn't have been fielding, all of those things, they jump out at you. But let's be honest, there's been inconsistency in all of them. Kickoffs, punt returns, special, field goals, etc. Special teams we're talking about. Defensively inconsistency, offense inconsistency for sure. For Nebraska to make that third-year leap, in my humble opinion, Austin, they're going to have consistency over all those areas of the game because we've seen the polar opposite, and it's cost us games. It's cost us, man.
Consistency to me sounds like identity.
Yes.
Do you know what you're doing and how well can you do it? That's really what it comes down to. I don't know about UAD. I'm not expecting Nebraska to be a top 25 offense in the sport when they're borderline top 100. Can you be top 50 in the country?
Yeah.
Figure out what you do, be able to do that, 75, 80% of the time. Defense, my guess is it takes a step back, but defense can still be a top 25 unit, even if it's not, top 10, top 15 like it's been. Can you figure out what it is you do defensively? What's your package? What's your grouping of guys that works for you? And be consistent in that. And then special teams, right? Can you hit 80% of your field goals? Can you get the snap back there consistently?
Yeah.
Can you, return a punt for 5 yards and not allow punt returns to go for more than 5 yards? You don't really have an identity on special teams, right? Unless you're Iowa or maybe peak Virginia Tech. Just know who's running out there any given time. Make sure they know what job they're doing. Play the snap, get off the field.
How much more comfortable, I'm going to tell you how I feel. How much more comfortable are you, though, with the Coach Eckler? We've known his success at every stop he's been. He's been successful every place he's been, including his last stint here, as far as that goes. Now, I'm not going to get into the personality type because sometimes that doesn't always transfer. But however, I love his fire. I love his passion. I don't know Mike Eckler well. When he was here the first time, we did some things together with our families, etc., but still didn't know each other very well, but know his resume well. We all do. We've watched it for the past number of years. However, what I am going to say is this. I know he's going to demand excellence. That's going to be the standard. It's not going to be a suggestion. And I think in times past, although I'm not saying it sure as heck looked like it was a suggestion to execute on special teams. How do you think bringing in a guy like Coach Eckler, remember, even withdrawing a scholarship, I'm not saying withdrawing a scholarship, but even a kicking style, we had a guy, I forget the young man's name that committed here, then decommitted.
Yeah, Jack McAllister.
There you go, from Washington, because that's not going to be our system this year. How much better do you feel with expectations? Because we have no idea what's going to take place right now. But with an Eckler like that in there to where the standard is excellence, it's not a suggestion.
I would like to feel better, but then I'm worried it's just Nebraska. I like to see the resume. I like the connections back to Nebraska. And again, we like to think Nebraska has the talent there to make it work. It shouldn't take overwhelming talent on special teams. Just take enough talent.
Because perfect example, look at Iowa. It wasn't like they overwhelmed you with talent on special teams. They just executed.
Right. And then you throw an X factor like a Cooper DeJean into the mix, maybe a punt returner from time to time. Amir Smith-Marset at kickoff return, something like that for them. So I would like to feel better, but pretty much everything in Nebraska football, AD, I'm wait and see. The resume is one thing. I'd rather have a resume than not have a resume. But man, someone's got to actually put that resume to work down at Memorial Stadium for once.
You got to see it. My expectations, like I said, like I just mentioned, it's that consistency thing. And I think you said it beautifully, Austin. It goes into identity. Who are you? There's like this old saying, who are you and why are you here? And I'm looking at Nebraska this year. I'm not going to throw how many games I think, though. I don't know any of that because I don't know this team yet. We don't know this team yet. They're still finding out who they are for themselves. So all of those, superlatives and things we'd like to throw out there. And I'm not that guy. I don't know what I'm going to see. Of course, I know what I want to see, but time is going to tell, and that's going to start in 31 days. And we're going to obviously break this down more the next 31 days leading up to Nebraska, that they head down to Arrowhead and take on the Cincinnati Bearcats. Folks, when we come back, we got one more segment, the AD Attitude Adjustment. Also want to know what Austin's got lined up for the rest of the day because he's going to be here a long time today.
Get used to it, people.
Yes, indeed. We'll be right back. It's The Drive.
Mike, the insurance company wants us to replace the roof.
Wait, what? I thought everything was fine.
Yeah, it says right here our roof is too old and they won't be able to cover us anymore.
I guess it is 15 years old. Hi, I'm Austin with Roofing Service Company. We help homeowners with their roofing and siding projects. Financing options are available, and we can get you under a new roof no time at all. If this sounds like you, visit roofingservicecompany.com. That is roofingservicecompany.com.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see lots of sunshine with a light breeze. It'll be hot and humid with a high around 101. Tonight, mainly clear skies and light winds with a low around 75. And tomorrow, we'll see mainly sunny skies with light winds and another hot day with a high near 96. I'm meteorologist Kyle Butler for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hi, it's Charlie Stone and Andy Goodyear of Honda of Lincoln with more exciting news for area car buyers.
Charlie, it's just announced that Honda of Lincoln has won 3 of the Lincoln Journal-Star's Lincoln Choice Awards: Best New Car Dealer, Best Auto Repair, and Best Place to Get Your Oil Changed.
Wow, that's great, Andy. Anything else?
Yes, we were runner-up for Best Pre-Owned Dealer and Best Tire Dealer. A lot of people don't understand that we do sell tires here.
Very exciting, Andy. Why do you think your dealership is winning so many awards?
Charlie, we simply say it's the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business.
Looks like Honda of Lincoln is the great news headquarters for Lincoln.
Yes, and even all of Nebraska, we are also announcing that Honda of Lincoln's the only dealer in the state of Nebraska to win the prestigious Honda President's Award for 2024.
Honda of Lincoln, Nebraska's #1 volume Honda dealer, 27th and Yankee Hill Road, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
In today's digital world, technology works great until it doesn't. At Hamilton, we work to keep your business up and running. We are more than an IT company. We're your partner, focused on customized solutions that set you up for success now and in the future. Say goodbye to tech stress and unexpected IT costs when you hire Hamilton. Together, we help you focus on what really matters. Hamilton Business Technologies. Real people, real technology solutions. Connect with us at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Load up on meat and more this summer at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. This week's specials through July 29th are 15% off cheese and crackers, grass-fed, grass-finished tri-tips for $10.99, 820 ground beef trays for $6.99, and brisket flats for $9.99. Plus, stop by for lunch on Fired Up Thursdays at the Mercado East or Fired Up Fridays at the Mercado North. Locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney and Lincoln, or 168th and Maple and Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Western Sand and Gravel is hiring for a variety of positions at their sand and gravel plants near Ashland. Apply today and receive a $2,500 hiring bonus. Available positions include plant operators, dredge operators, and shop service technicians. They offer great pay, health benefits, 401k, a wellness program, paid holidays, and paid time off. No matter your experience level, on-the-job training is available to help you build a rewarding career with Western Sand and Gravel. Start your career today. Visit westernsand.com.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
93.7 The Ticket is your home for every Kansas City Royals baseball game. Bobby Witt Jr., Salvador Perez, Vinny Pasquantino, and the rest of the Royals attempt to make the postseason for the second season in a row. And you can hear all the action on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Your home for Kansas City Royals baseball.
Attention all Wings fans, Buffalo Wings and Rings has daily specials that will make you want to stop in on all days of the week. Kids eat free on Mondays, and on Tuesdays enjoy 40% off boneless or traditional wings at a price that makes the whole family happy. And come back on Wednesdays for $1.39 chicken tenders all day long. Get to Wings and Rings today, 68th and O or in Williamsburg Village.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait. Apply now.
On the block with Eric Strickland, Jay Foreman, and Austin Orman.
Yeah, I don't want to hate on Joe Burrow. He's clearly in this tier. I think he's the bottom of this tier. I would go Alan Jackson and then Burrow.
You should be a politician. Just convinced.
You know what I'm saying? You see what he did?
Yeah, he didn't have
He
any
do it all the
chance.
time. It's tricky, man.
Keep going, Jay.
No,
You're speaking my
no,
language.
you stop
You're
it.
speaking my language. Come on,
Jay,
come on.
you didn't let him get you, Jay. I can't believe you let him get you again. God, hey.
Every weekday from 3 to 5 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Now back to The Drive with Aaron Davis and Nick Sainer. Sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Folks, we are back for this very last segment. To your text on the message. Ohio Husker, good morning to you. We all have great special teams play when Bo was here. Yes, we did. You know, in Ohio Husker, I think to my point, and Austin's as well, there was an identity that was there, and it was not a suggestion. It was a standard. Big Hoss, good morning to you, brother. He goes, I don't know how for sure the defense is going to take a step back or not. Yes, we had Nash and Ty and a couple others, but our full game looks really good on defense. Be interesting to see, brother. Hope you're correct. IQ Crew. No, I did not see Happy Gilmore 2 yet, but I am going to. That is on the queue for this week. That was on there. Jordan from Wilbur, brother, I hope you're staying safe on that roof today and staying hydrated as well. It is definitely going to be a warm. It already is a warming out there today, so be careful with that. Hizzlebear, good morning, my brother. He goes, least favorite away game was the last Big 12 championship against Texas. I totally understand why, my brother. I was almost pushed off the top deck when Texas kicked the field goal to win. That was definitely not fun then, my man. Darren Raising Canes, what's up, brother? He goes, away game, Mizzou early 2000s, the year that Sue destroyed Gavin the Rain. Remember that we read that one earlier. Brian, what's up, brother? Last one was A&M's Purifies game-winning TD in 2006. That was a heck of a game right that year right there. Man.
I remember that happening. I don't remember the play.
It was a heck of a catch in the end zone, corner of the end zone. And Mo Pugh was a big boy too, man. He was a beast too. And probably not thrown to enough, but the time that we're, obviously the offense we were running at the time did not open that up, but he was a beast. JR, first game away, good morning to you, was when Oklahoma State finally beat us in the early 2000s. Oh, that was a bad one too. Oh my goodness. Yeah, some of these I'm not going to read. It's bad. Just these are bad memories in the show with. I read this last one. 83-56, unknown texter. The only way Husker game I ever went to was at Iowa when Crouch lowered his shoulder. Some poor Iowa defender flattened him, gave him the boom. We were right in that corner of the stadium. It was awesome. Unknown texter, 83-56. I mean, he lowered a cannon on that Iowa defender that game, man. Those were the days it was punishing what we used to do back then, man. Austin, the 80 attitude adjustment is this, man. Start locking your doors. I'm not talking about your house door, your car doors, your office doors. That should be a given. I'm talking about the door to your mental peace. Door to mental peace. We're in a very, very divisive world right now where I was just reading an article yesterday, and I rarely read the comment section of any newspaper or some of the comments because it's just so much hate, so much vitriol. And I was thinking about that. I was like, you know what? I'm going to keep my peace and protect my peace by locking my mental doors. Doesn't mean you stick your head in the sand, folks, and just ignore what's going on around you. But I always like to say this: stay informed without being infiltrated. Stay informed without letting these negative, pessimistic, spiteful, angry people, persons, places, things infiltrate you. So protect your peace. I've said this numerous times. Protect your peace. Lock your mental door. Before we go, we're going to say happy birthday to DP. It's his birthday today. I know he's going to be on with you next after this, Austin. So I know you guys will talk about that as well. But a big happy birthday to DP. It's a blessing to be alive, man. So happy birthday to you, DP. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you guys riding with us. Austin, I appreciate you for taking the reins and it's just your aura of awesomeness, my brother.
I appreciate that, Eddie. Always good to be with you on the show, my man.
Likewise, man. Folks, we'll ride with you tomorrow. That is The Drive. Be nice. We'll be back tomorrow.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years, from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
A lot of businesses say they're family focused, but when tough situations in life arise, the business wants anything but your best interests. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring, and they will always treat their employees like family, just as they do their customers. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring Class A and B CDL drivers, a shop tech, and a diesel mechanic. If you're looking for a career with a company that goes above and beyond to value you and your family, apply today at jamesenterpriseinc.com or call 402-432-6740.
Play ball! Haymarket Park is buzzing with excitement this summer. Grab your crew and get in on the fun. Be sure to catch all the daily specials and promotions this season, like Thirsty Thursday, Fireworks Friday, Souvenir Saturday, Family Fun Day Sunday, plus special events and discounts all summer long. Don't miss out on the action as the Lincoln Salt Dogs take on their biggest rivals and knock the ball out of the park. Visit saltdogs.com and see this week's promotions and grab your tickets.
In today's digital world, technology works great until it doesn't. At Hamilton, we work to keep your business up and running. We are more than an IT company. We're your partner, focused on customized solutions that set you up for success now and in the future. Say goodbye to tech stress and unexpected IT costs when you hire Hamilton. Together, we help you focus on what really matters. Hamilton Business Technologies. Real people, real technology solutions. Connect with us at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Attention all Wings fans, Buffalo Wings and Rings has daily specials that will make you want to stop in on all days of the week. Kids eat free on Mondays, and on Tuesdays enjoy 40% off boneless or traditional wings at a price that makes the whole family happy. And come back on Wednesdays for $1.39 chicken tenders all day long. Get to Wings and Rings today, 68th and O, or in Williamsburg Village.
Saturday. Eagle Raceway is open for a full season of dirt track racing action every Saturday night. Don't miss the epic battles on the high banks of Eagle Raceway each Saturday between the Nebraska Septic Sprint Cars, Nebraska Lottery Modifieds, Avid Realty Sport Mods, Valentino's Hobby Stocks, and A1 Iron Stock Cars. Let's go racing. Eagle Raceway, just 10 miles east of Lincoln on O Street. Check out the full schedule at eagleraceway.com.